Welcome back. Once school's out for the summer, the kids are back at home and the dynamic around the house is sure to change. And our next guest says that by using Feng Shui, you can make the transition a little more peaceful. Here now to explain is expert Carole Hyder. Welcome back, Miss Carole. You're right. It's that time of year. My daughter's in her last week of school. The kids will be home. And you say we could do a few good things for the vibrations in our house if we work on their room.
Well, in Feng Shui, your space reflects your life. And this might be an opportunity. It doesn't mean every summer you have to do a big makeover in this kid's room, but it's a possibility. It may be a chance to really step back and see what they've got in their rooms, a chance for them to sort of clean out. And there's a series of questions that you want to ask about the situation. I mean, just because the kids are off doesn't always mean the parents are home either.
Yes.
So, but the kids don't have this school schedule, and so there may be some time in there to really step back and ask specific questions.
Well, you've got some tips. Let's go through them, and she's brought a few pictures with her today. We're going to start out about talking about, is the room age appropriate? We're going through that this summer. We're changing the room over to a little more of a preteen teen room from a little girl room.
Right. Well, and the reason I say this is because I see bedrooms that are like little boy bedrooms, and
that has cars, doesn't it?
That has little cars on it, and here this young man is going to be a senior
12,
in high school.
13, yeah, high school.
And so they just never got around to changing it and updating it and making it more appropriate to his interests. And maybe for a few years the little car theme is great, but then as the boy gets older and older and is thinking about starting out on his own, that room should reflect that he has more responsibilities. He's taking on a more of an adult role.
Now that one had a more adult bed in it, it looked like to me. And I'm a big believer in buying furniture that, I mean, they could take to their first apartment. So you don't need to buy the race car bed anymore.
That's right. That's right.
You can move on past that now. Okay, make sure the room is conducive to good study habits. We all know that that's important, but how do we do that?
Well, and that's a challenge because a lot of rooms don't have room for a desk. I mean, a lot of bedrooms are small. But, you know, you provide, you know, as parents, you provide a bed for your child, which is good parenting. But you also can provide a good message about an education, that it's important. And it's important enough that even if you don't have a desk, there may be a little end table where the books go, or where the school bag goes, or where they kind of keep their school things. So there's a special place, so it isn't just all over the house. It isn't in the kitchen and in their bedroom and, you know, strewn around by the front door.
Right, right. Okay, make sure they have enough storage. Storage is key, and for all of us, and for kids especially. I find it helps my daughter stay organized.
And they put their toys away, or they can put their shoes away. If they have a place to put them. It's much easier to do.
Okay, the headboard is important. Why specifically the headboard?
It's a message about feeling supported, like you would have somebody there for you. It's a metaphorical message that says somebody's got your back.
So this room has not only a headboard, but it has something hanging over the bed. Is that just to emphasize that?
It's just an emphasis.
Okay.
Some kids like that little canopy feeling.
Yes, that cocoon.
Yeah.
Okay, and ask them, do you like your room? Who'd thought of that?
Who had thought of that? And I'll tell you why, because sometimes the parents will say, oh, you're not painting your room purple. You won't like that. I don't like that. We're going to paint it pink. And meanwhile, the child's going, but I like purple. That would be a good room for me.
We should try and listen a little more, huh?
Children get to be 7, 8 years old. They need to have input on their room.
Okay, and oh, that's a pretty room. I could sleep in there at night. That's a princess bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make it something that they think is dreamy. I mean, that has a yellow chest of drawers. When do you usually see that? Unless a kid says, I'd like something colorful.
That's right.
Okay, all right, all great tips. Thanks for stopping by, Carole.
Thank you. For
more information about Carole or her upcoming seminars, you can log on to showcaseminnesota.com and click on the Tuesday link.